We all know that computers are fast and can do computations very quickly. They take input, do the desired computations over that, and give us output. You've already seen Python programs output on the console of the Replit IDE. Well, printing to the console is one of the ways programs can output their results. Till now, we've been providing inputs to our programs by directly writing in the code. However, our programs can receive inputs in different ways. We could input from mouse clicks, keyboard, databases, etc. The simplest yet most useful of them is input provided by the user's keyboard. We need to know how to take and use input provided by them. They want to give you the temperature in Fahrenheit to convert into Celsius. Or they may want to provide their name, or input the name of their favorite book. Now, it seems difficult, but Python provides an easy way to take input from the keyboard. Quite similar to the print statement that output results on the console, Python has built-in functions called input to take input. Now, I think we're talking about functions for the first time, but we have seen them before. Range is a function, and so is print. While we will talk more about functions and how to build our own functions in a dedicated video later, you should know that there's an easy way to identify functions. You can normally see parentheses, also called brackets, after their name. Enough about functions for now. Let's get back to the input function. Let's see an example. In this program, we first print asking users to enter their name. In the following line, we use the input function to take input from the user and put it in the name variable. When your program executes the input function, it starts waiting for the user to type in and press the enter or return key. Now, I'm sure you've noticed that now your program asks for the input in the same line after printing, "What is your name?" You would have also noticed that this program stops until you provide the input. Let's look at another example to understand it more. In this program, we ask for users to enter their favorite cake flavor. This input is assigned a value, user flavor. We use the if clause to check if the user flavor is chocolate or not. While all of this seems super simple and mundane, now our program has the capability to take input from users. This enables our programs to work according to our users' preferences that are given when the program executes. We learned in previous videos that Python has different data types to store different types of data values. Do you remember them? We had integers, strings, booleans, and floating point values. Now, when you use the input function, user input is received as a string data type. Now, this may be a problem if your program needs other data types as input. To help with that, Python provides this functionality of casting. Casting can help you convert a value with one data type into another. Let's learn more about it using a few examples. If we want to convert a float value into an integer, we can use int. In this example, 19.8 gets converted into the integer 19. We can also convert string values into integers. While 10 times 2 becomes 1010, int 10 times 2 becomes 20. We need to be aware of one caveat though. Int works only when this conversion is actually possible. If the value in the string is not an integer, the int function will give you an error. That's pretty interesting, right? str is another casting function that can turn integer, boolean, and float values into strings. In Python, you cannot mix and match data types while you do your computation or print the output. While this seems like a limitation, it saves our programs from unintentional problems. Now, one of the things to know is that the input function always gives you data as a string. However, In your program, if you want to do, say, arithmetic operations on input, you will have to cast your input string accordingly. You can do that by wrapping input with the casting function. Let's see a few examples. To confirm that the input we receive is indeed string, we can use the type function. If you print the type, it will print something like class str. That denotes that the variable is of string type. If you cast input as int and print the type, you see that it prints class float. And if you cast your input as a boolean, you will type as bool. If you want to do calculations or arithmetic operations, you should cast your input as int. Let's see this through an example. If you want to write a program that multiplies a given number by 5, you cast the input into int. After that, you can multiply the variable by 5. That's pretty neat, right? Please practice this concept and don't hesitate to ask for help if it's not clear. In the next unit, we'll be using casting and other fundamentals to create a simple calculator.